Johnny.
Yeah, my friend.
I have a question.
Shoot. Let me ask you something.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Can I tell you
I'm
something?
just going to complain about something. Do you have an iPhone?
I do. I have an old 12 at the moment.
Well, this is not iPhone. This is AOL's problem.
Oh.
Or I don't know what it is. It's my phone. I get these.
You have the Brent Mintz AOL?
No. I spend at least 20 minutes every morning erasing stuff I've gotten, not just erasing it. Yeah, let me show you. So here it says, get Ozempic. It works. It's legal. It's some scam thing.
Is that in your emails?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I go to more. I hit more, and then I go all the way down to
Unsubscribe.
Block contact.
Block contact.
And then this box comes up, and it says, you will not receive phone calls, messages, email, or FaceTime from blocked contacts. Hit block contact, delete it, trash, and I get it again the next day.
Of course you do.
What is that? Why have I wasted 20 minutes every day?
The world lies to us. I was told delete and report junk doesn't do anything either.
No, nothing works. We are victims of scam artists.
Yeah, but are we not hoist on our own petard, really? The fact that we want to get in there and get information and read the paper and look at the dish.
Is there something illegal about that?
No, that's what I'm saying. But these people, they have us. They know what we're talking about. And we're in there checking our numbers on dropping names and other things.
Yeah.
Seeing if people watch. And then what's the one cardinal rule? Don't read the comments.
Don't ring the bell.
I punched the comment.
No. I thought that was
is that really where we're going to go?
No.
Are we going to talk about the bell?
No. Let me ask you something. Because I like to start with that.
Can I ask you something? Yeah. Before we begin today, we wanted to take a moment to say something properly.
In our first month, after releasing our first official episode with LeVar Burton, this channel passed 100,000 subscribers.
100,000.
Which is really remarkable.
When we talked about starting the show, we knew if we were going to do it, LeVar Burton had to be our first guest.
Yeah, there was never any debate about that.
Now, he's not just a colleague. He's part of our history, and he's part of our lives.
Yeah.
My ally.
And he represents something bigger than just a show we were on together. He represents curiosity, integrity, heart.
So launching with him felt right.
And then 2 weeks later, we followed that with John Logan.
Which surprised some people.
Yeah, because this isn't just a Star Trek show.
Logan is one of the most respected writers in film, television, and Broadway, a craftsman, a storyteller, a very different kind of conversation.
Yeah, and that's intentional.
Star Trek is a big part of our careers, obviously. It shaped us and introduced us to so many of the people that we care about.
But this show isn't just an interview program about a single franchise.
It's conversations. Fireside chats with people we've crossed paths with over the decades. Actors, writers, directors, friends, producers.
But it's always about story, craft, experience.
And of course,
dropping names.
And other things.
And the fact that 100,000 of you showed up in the first month tells us something.
It tells us there's room for more.
Not interviews, just people talking that have been around long enough to have something to say.
Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you for being there at the beginning.
And we're just getting started.
Dropping names and other things where the whiskey flows and the laughter sings. Pull up a seat, join the game. The Brent and Johnny Podcast Show.
You did have the number one show on the air for a number of years.
Who hasn't?
Well, true.
We never.
We were never number one.
We were on 237 separate channels.
That franchise alone is so successful. You can't go anywhere without people knowing you.
Well, some places. I mean,
but you're in that boat now too.
It is amazing to wake up at this age and find yourself Taylor Swift.
You have become a star.
Hold on. First of all,
crazy.
Phil just compared himself to Taylor Swift.
That's right, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's true. He writes about his relationships.
She does? Yeah.
I'm told.
Oh, I see her at the fancy restaurant. I'm waiting. Taylor, if you're in town, could you come to the diner? I'll give you a waffle.
Also, Taylor, if you're available, we'd be happy
We'd
to have
love
her.
to have you on the show.
She goes to the farmer's market in the name of the town I shouldn't share in Rhode Island where she lives.
Oh,
sometimes.
really?
And
That's nice.
My cousin sees her at the farmer market. Apparently, she's wonderfully approachable and sweet, and
Well, you can tell. I mean, she's
got her shit together.
yeah, she's really great.
And you do remind me of her. I can see why you compared yourself to
I
her.
can see that.
I can see that.
And Monica happens to be a professional football player, Phil's wife.
There's no end to the comparisons.
Oh, exactly.
Oh,
but
man.
where do I start even? I mean, we've been, certainly Everybody Loves Raymond, one of the huge popular shows still.
It's nice. We just celebrated our 30th anniversary of being on the air since we premiered.
And was there a special? You did a special.
We did a wonderful reunion special. It was really nice. Yeah.
Oh, what
And
about
they even asked for a part 2. We did a part 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
what about the great Doris Roberts?
How about her? She was incredible. We saw 100 women for that part.
I bet.
And she came in and read this scene from the pilot where I had given my parents fruit of the month. That was 100% true.
I know. I saw that in Powers. Yeah, true story.
And she just knocked it out of the park. She was exactly what was in
Arguably the most important part in the show, in some ways.
Well, here's what's funny. In the first weeks that we were rehearsing and doing the pilot and stuff, she was like, I don't know. They're not going to like me. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, I'm always making trouble, and I'm always fighting with Peter Boyle. I don't think she even said to me, you know, the victim wins the Emmy.
Oh, that's true, actually.
And so when Peter Boyle would give her a shot, right,
Yeah.
like a Zetz, her impulse was to cry. And I would be like, oh, no.
No.
We don't have a show if that's what we do. So how do I convince her not to?
Right.
And I really had to think about this. And I came up with, I think, what was a good piece of direction. Everything you do comes from love. And that gives you license to be
Right.
bold about it. I couldn't tell her, not only are you not the victim, you're the antagonist of the program.
Absolutely true.
You are the Tuppelmeisher. You are the one stirring the pot to make trouble. You are the one everyone's afraid of. You are the one, how do I couldn't. But everything you do comes from love. She could then internalize that and get it.
And she did.
And was genius.
Oh,
God.
so she must have had more multi-camera sitcom experience than
I think
anybody
she
else
had every kind of experience. She had been around.
Exactly.
She did a lot of, I think she came out to do Lily Tomlin's TV special. So that was in front of an audience. That was comedy. She was in Elaine May movies.
Yes.
She had a lot of experience of every kind, Broadway experience.
Yeah.
So to get her and Peter Boyle, by the way, two heavyweights like that, that was a real coup.
And I love that you dug in and said, you know what? I'm not doing this show with another showrunner. This is my show. And fuck you. I'll work for another guy on a show that...
I never used language like that, John.
But that was the gist of it.
I did quit the show twice before it was
you.
on the air.
Really?
That's true. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So the first time was I was told who I should cast as the wife.
Uh-huh.
I was told that the head of CBS wanted a certain so-and-so who I knew who she was, but as soon as I heard her name, I said, oh, she's completely wrong for the show. And he said, you didn't hear me. The president of CBS wants so-and-so, and if you don't have so-and-so, you don't have a show. And I went home and I thought, I guess I don't have a show because I can't do it. It's not, listen, I'm not an expert in every show, but I am an expert in this show.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. There was that confidence. It wasn't terribly cocky. It was just honest truth about how you felt.
I'd been working in sitcoms for several years. I knew other shows. I knew how they work. I saw the mistakes that were made.
Yep.
I saw people take all the notes and then die.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I don't know every show, but I know this show. Why? It's mostly about my family. And you get one shot at that.
Oh. Right.
So take your shot. My agent said, don't be an idiot. Don't quit. Why don't you have so-and-so read for you? And I said, you know what? You're right. I'm happy to be wrong and make everyone happy.
Good.
So-and-so won't read.
Offer only.
Why
Because
should
she's
she?
so-and-so. I said, will she meet with me at least? Yes. So now I have, you know how it works. You bring 3 choices to the network.
Right.
And they sit in a room, a little theater, and they each read the same scene. And then the network gets to kind of pick who they like. So I had 3 good choices. I didn't have Patty Heaton yet because I didn't know she existed. But I had 3 good choices, certainly better than so-and-so. But the day before going in with the 3 ladies, I meet with so-and-so, and I convince her to read. She was perfectly nice.
Yeah.
And she probably didn't even know she wasn't supposed to read. That's something agents say. She doesn't read.
Right. Yeah, I bet it is.
So very nice. So she reads. And she's 10 times worse than I thought she'd be for the part. And now I got to go. And I've been told the head of CBS is going to say, after your 3 ladies, what about so-and-so? And if you don't say yes, that's it.
Right.
The end. So I know I'm quitting today.
Right.
But here's what happened. The 3 ladies go, and right on cue, head of CBS stands up, what about so-and-so? And I don't know what got into me, but I said this. I love her. I've loved her in everything she's been in. And I met her yesterday, and I fell in love with her. I wanted to marry her. But then she read for me, and I have to be honest, it's just not what I wrote. I think she could do it, but I also think maybe we could do better. And the head of CBS said, it's just an idea.
Huh.
And what did I learn from that?
Oh, that's so...
I
It's like the
learned
agent saying they have to read.
to be deferential.
Yes.
You're not the king of everything. He's the king of everything. Don't be a jerk. Don't be an asshole. Be reasonable.
Right. Or maybe the king didn't say that. Maybe people spoke for the king and misspoke.
I think that's what happened because 6 weeks after, that guy who made me do this,
Right.
he was fired.
Huh.
2 weeks after that, in comes Patty Heaton. Bang. Right away. We saw 200 girls for that part. So funny, so great, so perfect in every way. Undeniable. Brought it to network? Yes. We have a dream cast, I feel.
Yeah.
We do the pilot. People seem to like it. Tests pretty well. It didn't test as badly as that bomb Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Right?
And also you're on Friday night.
Well, no, I'm just talking about the testing.
Oh, the test before it goes on the tape.
After we've done the pilot, they test the pilot. They see if it's even going to make it on the air.
Gotcha.
Gets on the air. I get a phone call from my agent. Mazel tov. It's going on the air. You have a show on CBS. Here you go. I said, great. Let's celebrate. He goes, they just want to know who's going to run the show.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
I said, what do you mean? They said, who's going to run the show? I said, I assume me. He said, you never ran a show. I said, okay, but I made the pilot, right? They liked that enough to go to series. He goes, yeah. I go, so we'll do more like that. He says, you don't understand. This is now a multi-million-dollar production. You've never run a show before, and they're not going to entrust you with that.
They wanted so-and-so to run it.
Well, they wanted us so-and-so.
Yeah.
Somebody else is going to run the show, but my show, and I'm going to work for that person? Yeah. I said, I quit. Tell him I quit. He goes, why are you always quitting? I said, it's not always. It's just, this is a major
show.
thing. Again, I'm writing about my family. I quit. Tell him I quit. He goes, don't get so excited. Let me talk to them. Okay. He comes back to me. He goes, good news. They're going to let you run the show with an experienced showrunner, co-run it, but bringing in an experienced showrunner next to you so you co-run. Okay? Oh, if you put it that way, I say, I quit because I know it will happen.
Right.
He's still running the show. All decisions will be made by him just because he's had experience.
Exactly.
Okay, so I quit. He goes, don't fool around. They're going with the show, and then they don't care about you. And I say, I'm sorry. And I hang up because I know it won't work.
Yeah.
The has to be one guy driving the car, and it should be the guy driving the car who knows what he's driving. 3 days. I am miserable. My wife is like, "Why?" You said, they're doing that show without me. They said, she says, your show? I said, yeah. And 3 days go by. And on the third day, I get a phone call. They're going to let you run the show. I said, wow, okay. Why? He liked how you handled that thing with so-and-so.
There
So
you
the
go.
very thing.
That you had.
Yes. I love telling the story
a fabulous
because I
story.
think it's a good lesson.
Yeah, absolutely.
To have the gumption to say it.
Yes.
To believe it with the truth.
Yes.
And also,
Have
as my wife has
diplomacy
told
at
me
the
many
same
times,
time.
no is the most powerful word in town.
The best advice I ever got was from an old showrunner named Ed Weinberger. He created the Mary Tyler Moore Show, co-created with. And,
Hold on,
our
first.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
And the Mary Tyler Moore Show of the Cosby Show and the 80s. We can't say his name anymore, but okay, that was undeniable, that show.
Yeah. Rhoda, did he do Rhoda?
All of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked him for advice when I'm writing the pilot. He says, do the show you want to do because in the end, they're going to cancel you anyway. And he's right.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people since then even.
Yeah.
They want to get on the air so badly, they take all the notes.
Compromise.
They compromise themselves out of existence because what happens most of the time, the show doesn't get on. And you can't say to them, it stinks now because of your notes. Because 50 people gave notes and they contradicted and they listen, I'm now doing a food and travel show because I couldn't take it anymore, the way the business went.
You would think, having done Raymond, they owed you more shows.
Absolutely nothing.
Not even owed
That's
you.
hard to fathom.
They were just not, it's a no-brainer. He brought us this giant hit for years and years.
Yeah.
And he now has experience.
Didn't matter. The business changed in the 9 years that we were doing Raymond. So that when the time I graduated, they didn't want that type of show anymore. Even though it was proven.
Right.
They felt like it was passé already. In fact, the whole genre, 4-camera sitcom, which I happen to love.
Right.
You've done a little?
Little.
Isn't it fun?
Oh, love it.
It's the best
like
acting
doing a
job in
play.
the business.
Come on.
2 weeks
the
on, 1
most
week
fun.
off.
You're done in 5 days and you have banker's hours pretty much.
Exactly.
Oh, it's
Coming at 10
unreal.
o'clock.
Well, I mean, it's a dream job, but the reason it is because it's like theater.
Right.
So you write it, rehearse it, present it as a play.
Right.
And yet you have the flexibility, multiple takes, multiple camera angles, editing.
Edit while you're shooting.
And permanence of film.
Yeah.
So it's this perfect marriage of theater and film.
Yes.
Nobody cares. Nobody wants it.
I have a feeling it's going to come back.
I do too, because the greatest hits in television have always been that. The one that hits. But here's the thing. After Raymond, when do you think the next hit family sitcom was?
After Raymond?
Yes.
I don't know.
The next year? No. 5 years till the next one, Modern Family. And it wasn't 4-camera.
Right. It wasn't?
I mean, no, that was film.
Single camera film. And modern. It had to be that. It had to be single camera thing. Not my wheelhouse. I do what I do. I know what I know. They would tell me, yeah, listen, we like you. Just be more hip and edgy. And I'm like, well, what they really wanted was Friends.
Right.
And the only thing that was wrong with Friends were all the shows that came after that tried to imitate it.
Mm-hmm.
Friends was the anomaly where the cute, beautiful people were also funny.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen every day.
Yeah,
We don't go to the beautiful people for comedy.
Yeah.
Right.
We use them for other things.
The cute, beautiful people now are cop shows.
Are they?
There are, like any of the Chicago shows, the Chicago police and fire and all of that. They're all beautiful. You're like, why?
People like that.
Yeah, people like that. I like it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But the networks are in trouble, are they not?
Yes, everyone's in trouble.
Yeah.
Have you read the news?
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Today,
they're all in trouble.
Oh, boy.
But so you figured out how to then take the next step in your career, which was to have autonomy and do a show you wanted to do.
Yes, because I struck out at sitcoms. I thought...
Yeah, which is crazy.
I would naturally think after Raymond that my purpose in life was to make sitcoms.
Right.
But nobody wanted them. I even had the spin-off of Raymond ready with the brother.
Yeah.
They didn't want it.
That's insane.
They said, you can do a pilot. I said, a pilot? That series was going to be Robert and Amy, which is Monica, and her family that we had on the show, Fred Willard, Georgia Engel, and Chris Elliott.
Please.
They'd been on, ding, ding, ding. They'd been on 30 times at least, proven. You know what they said? We'll give you a pilot, but we don't really want shows like this because everyone in that cast is over 40.
Well, how do they answer for the fact that the syndication numbers are so huge? People are still watching it in droves, if they wouldn't be doing that if people didn't enjoy it,
I don't.
Hey,
do you understand the business?
Rhetorical
Do you understand
question.
the business?
No.
I don't understand it. I do know that everything is money driven and they look at their data. I once said to the president of CBS, he was talking about testing. He was wondering what shows to put on his schedule, and I was helping with. I would help write and direct his speech at Carnegie Hall for the upfronts,
right?
Okay, because he has to make a speech, and he was talking about the show that was going to go on, and he actually asked my opinion, and I didn't want to give it because that's too much responsibility. Right. I don't want to be responsible for that. That's 150 people who are either going to work or not work, and I didn't want to give an answer. He goes, I'm asking everybody. Okay, if you say it like that, okay. So my opinion, I said, yeah, I like this. I don't like that one. He goes, how did the one he doesn't like, how did it test? And they look at the numbers.
Sure, yeah.
Tested very well. And the one you do like, I like it. He goes, I like it too. I go, yeah. So isn't that enough? He goes, how to test? And they go, a little less than the one you don't like. And he goes, like he didn't know what to do. Wow. And I'm like, come on. He goes, what? I go, what do you have the job if you can't put on? You just said you like it. Why can't you? I said, by the way, no offense to the testing man, but did you ever test the testing?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean? I said, well, 90% of everything you put on craps out after 3 weeks, and you wouldn't put it on if it didn't test well. So what does the testing mean? I know what it means. Ass covering.
Yeah.
I didn't put it on with my opinion.
The numbers said.
The numbers said. You can't blame me. That's Hollywood in a nutshell.
Wow.
And now it's run by corporations and not even creatives.
And nobody watches TV the way they do in testing.
Right.
Which is focused with a, you know about this?
Oh, sure.
With a meter.
Yeah.
Turn it to the right if you like something. Turn it to the left if you don't. Oh, here comes a guy. Oh, I've seen him on TV before. Like it. This line, that's a setup line to the joke. That's not the funny line. Don't like it. Oh, now the joke. I like it. So then you get notes back from the testing. Cut the straight lines. Cut the setups to the jokes. I said, do you understand how people work?
Yeah. Well,
like it?
I think I had an experience
Yes?
with that show, that head of that network.
Yeah.
I was on a show that got the best reviews of the season.
Yeah.
We had, I think we were somewhere into episode 11. It was a very creative show, very clever. And the showrunner went to meet with the network to see what you're going to do with the next 12 shows.
Yeah.
Told him everything. He came back. He said, they loved every idea I had for the next 12 shows. We're gold. And we were canceled the next day. and I'm told the reason we were canceled was that the head of the network was watching television, getting dressed to go out, and the show was on his TV. And he said, what's this? And his wife said, well, that's your show. You greenlit this show. And he goes, it was a sci-fi show. He said, I hate sci-fi. Get that off the air. And we were gone the next day.
Well, that's crazy.
Well, and that's why they call it
Television.
television. Exactly.
But it's all better now.
Is it?
No.
Your life is.
Oh, for me, yes.
Yeah.
I'm the luckiest guy you're ever going to have on this Fakakta show.
But it took a little while, Phil, just a little while to nail that down.
10 years.
10 years.
From the time Raymond ended to the time I got onto PBS with the travel show.
Right.
That PBS was my first stop on the travel show. Was 10 years.
Did you pitch a lot of places and end up on PBS, or did you go to?
I pitched to every single network. The PBS was actually my first choice of where to go.
Right.
But my agent said, "There's no money at PBS.
Yeah.
Why would you think of PBS?" I said, "Because on PBS I might be hip and edgy."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But you did Exporting Raymond before.
I did.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a transition.
That was
Yeah.
the light,
I
especially
love
inside
Exporting
baseball. It was so
Yeah.
inside baseball for anybody who cared about the business or
Yes.
how. It was funny. It was informative. It was absurd.
It was scary.
Yeah.
And subsequently even scarier, right? I mean, some
Well, you
things
can't
that-
go back. Can't go now.
Right.
Couldn't do it now.
No,
So
exactly.
for people who don't know, the Exporting Raymond is the story of how the Russians called me right after Raymond was over.
Yeah.
The Russians called and asked if I would help them translate my sitcom into Everybody Loves Kostya.
Everybody loves Kostya.
And I said I would happily do it if we could film the process because I saw potential there.
Yeah.
And they said, okay. Yeah.
And they sent you over with
And
a
then they
camera
did
crew.
not listen to one word I said.
Right.
The movie is about, how the no you get at home is the same no all over the world. Sometimes everyone's the same. They're different, but underneath, all the same.
The head of comedy was a particularly interesting
Fantastic.
character.
He was a laser beam technician. And I said, why is the head of comedy from laser beams? And they said, both new technologies.
Comedy and laser beams?
Yes. For them, they never had a sitcom before. The Nanny was their first sitcom. An adaptation of The Nanny was their first.
Oof.
And that hit. And so they wanted more American sitcoms.
They didn't read Chekhov, obviously.
Yeah.
All
Golden Girls didn't work over there because the Russians couldn't relate to it. And the reason was because there is no nice, warm place for old ladies to go.
I mean, I remember you sitting with this guy, and he never cracked a smile once.
But I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I've been at network meetings where the head of comedy does not crack a smile.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They didn't balk at you shooting the documentary side of it? Did they not know that you were going to own all that footage of the process?
They were okay with it. But once we were outside and police came over and said, you cannot point the camera that way.
Yeah.
Why? This is the Kremlin. I said, okay. I mean, it's just the outside of the building. You cannot point the camera that way. Okay.
Unnerved?
Whatever you say. Yes.
But then you had a driver that had an interesting tale too, right?
He had been a soldier in Afghanistan.
And in the film, you have a really great relationship with him.
He had told me his story, and it was very touching and very sad because he actually killed somebody, and he regretted it for the rest of his life. He had studied in school and loved oceanography and loved seashells in particular and wanted to study seashells. I mean, so beautiful and sensitive, and he had to go to war. It was profound.
It was a great documentary.
Thank you.
Yeah, I loved it.
I did too. I loved it.
Thank you. The best part was the costume lady. She thought that the purpose of the sitcom was to educate Russian women on high fashion. And so she would have the wife character in beautiful ball gowns around the house. I said, it's not really realistic. And she goes, she's on television. And I said, okay, but she's vacuuming the house in this scene. It doesn't make sense. Would you wear something and like that to clean up around your house? She said, of course not. I said, okay, that's what I'm going for. It doesn't have to be relatable to America. I want it to be relatable to you, to Russian people watching. So she should wear what you would wear. No, she's on television. I said, okay, but she doesn't know she's on television.
Yeah. Did that land?
No. Wow. She honestly couldn't understand why you would put something on TV that wasn't
beautiful.
And their style of comedy was also very over the top.
Oh, boy.
And I was trying for a certain realism.
Well, I mean, Ray.
Yeah.
Did you get any railer?
Yes,
a realer than Ray? Railer than real?
More realer than Ray.
But and so these guys were like just ridiculous, like Borscht Belt.
Yeah, hilarious.
Huge.
Hilariously terrible. But to us, to them, they accepted it. But I did notice when they're taping, and one of the things I asked for was an audience.
Of course.
And they said, we don't use audience. I said, why not? It really livens it up because we would have to get chairs.
That is, they don't have those in Russia, I'm told. Yeah.
Who gets the
Everything's
chairs?
hard to get.
Did you get an audience?
10 people on the next soundstage watching on a monitor. I said, no, you don't understand. The whole purpose is to have laughs for the actors. We don't want laughs. Why not? It will mess with the sound.
Oh.
Yeah.
So every single thing was a battle. It's my family's favorite movie because of how much I suffered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you in a like a stairwell.
There was a fluorescent light that was buzzing.
Yeah.
And it's very dark except for the one fluorescent light. So it's actually spooky.
Yeah.
And I said, well, listen. You can hear the cancer.
Exactly. Great line.
Thank you.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
That was a good transition for me
Yes.
from, I was still doing my job as a writer,
Right.
but here I am on camera.
Yeah.
So that I could show that to people when I had the travel show idea.
It's a tough thing playing yourself in a reality setting.
Yes.
We're doing it right now in a sense.
You're
only-
very good at it, both
Well-
of you.
well, I'm
I
not-
believe you are you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you
believe
know
you are.
this
You
is
too.
not me.
You're an actor, though.
Yeah.
But you wanted to be an actor in the.
I did.
I love that story where you said, "I was a fucking star in high school. I
Yes.
was a star in college.
Yes.
I went to New York. It's gonna
Nobody
be great."
told them.
No, nobody told New York.
Nobody told New York what a big star I was in high school.
Well, you did a show in New York, though, that got some real traction.
Yes.
Is this Tony and Tina's
Yes.
wedding?
Yes.
Right? Ran for years.
Ran for years. I didn't see a dime from it.
No
Right.
I
kidding.
got completely screwed. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to spend the rest of the podcast complaining about this.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
good idea. Can
Go
you
ahead.
name names?
No.
No dropping names there.
No.
Okay. Wasn't the guy who ran CBS, was it?
No.
Okay.
No, he came over. He was on his team by the end. He respected your
should have
your chutzpah, if
They
you
like
will.
hits.
Yeah. So, but anyway, what I was getting at was when you play yourself,
Yeah.
and particularly you've done so many episodes now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know through time, you've gotten as comfortable as you could possibly be being yourself
Right.
on camera.
Right.
You're like the women on,
Housewives.
Beverly Hills Housewives.
I'm
Yeah.
exactly like them.
You know? No, but I see, I have this theory that they are the greatest talents in actresses and actors in the world because they have a camera right here,
Yeah.
like you do at all
Yeah.
times, and they weep and they scream and they have fights and they just agonize and all that, and they seem completely unaware that there's a camera.
It's a phenomenon. And I think I know what it is. I think that you forget,
that it's
you
there.
get used to it quickly and you forget it's there.
It's got to be.
You know, if we're really talking
Right.
as I believe we are, we're not thinking about
No,
this.
we're really
right?
not.
I mean,
Well,
after
thankfully we're
thinking-
not.
it's in the back of your mind that it's there, but you're not nervous about it, and you're not. I'll give you a great example. In Exporting Raymond,
Yeah.
I went to my parents' house to film some stuff with them
Right.
because for two reasons. I wanted the audience to see where the parents on Raymond came from,
Right.
and what the whole thing is based on. And my parents had been to Russia, so I could ask them about Russia before I go. And I thought that would be useful. And they come in with big cameras, not like these little ones, big ones,
Right.
men with thing. They strap a microphone to my mother, running it up the front of her blouse. Oh my, she's like, my father, I got to wear a battery on my ass. What is this?
Yeah, yeah.
And the boom mic guy comes in with a big pole in their house.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. Within 5 minutes, they're fighting as if nobody's there.
That's great.
Max, I told you not to put that there. Why?
There's a relationship, a thin relationship, though, to an audience when you're on stage because you do forget. You know
Yes.
they're there.
Yes.
I mean, unless it's comedy and you hear them.
But if you're doing your job,
right.
you're not thinking about them.
Right. You're
You're
focused
the
on
person
the piece.
you're supposed
right.
to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm the person I'm supposed to be.
right. Right.
It really is that simple.
Yeah.
And I don't have to tell you, you're a great actor. You know that if you focus on the other person with you,
Yes.
that's everything.
That's it.
And then you are just naturally you.
You're exactly right. Exactly. That is the secret of if you want to be an actor, just
Focus
it's about
on
the
who
other
you're
person.
talking
If
to.
you're
Yeah.
lucky enough to be with somebody who listens,
Yes.
actively
right
listens.
now,
Yes.
it's
but
a-
even if you don't, I'm
Focus on
looking
them.
at you. Look at
But
that
have you
guy
ever done a
not
scene
doing
with an
that.
actor where the
Yeah.
actor does this? We've both done this. Where the actor looks right there
Yeah.
at your forehead instead of into your eyes. I thought,
Oh, yeah. What's that about?
that's how either nervous or uncomfortable or.
Oh, sure.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
happened. I've seen it half a dozen times, and I'm looking to get into their. I try to get into the eye line. We can make eye contact.
Well,
if we're
I could never understand in theater at school at Hofstra University when you take acting class why they're so focused on relaxation exercises.
Right.
And it turns out that's so important because our nerves are what make us terrible actors.
And prevent us
because
from
we're
being
so nervous and we think we have to do things and we think we have to. And that's why I'm looking at your forehead because I'm so in my head.
Yeah.
That I have to look at your head. So
I know it's so true.
I never understood it because I guess I wasn't that nervous.
But that's a gift, I think, to not be. I mean, we get less nervous because we're old now. But I think if you're young and you're not nervous, you are already ahead of the game.
That's it.
Yeah.
When you see little kids who are just so natural,
right?
The kid in adolescence.
Come on.
The kid in adolescence.
I mean, that was extraordinary.
Have you seen Hamnet? The kid in Hamnet?
Yeah, amazing.
Unbelievable. That
it's
boy.
Too much for me, that movie.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of a kid screaming in agony in his mother's arms, dying as she screams in agony, can I take?
You have to pay for that.
I hope I didn't blow the movie.
No, but that boy is really, really good.
And do you know that was his older brother at the end?
Who plays? That's a wonderful touch they added to it. Yeah,
it's great. And she's my favorite actor. I'm saying right now she's going to win.
Jessie Buckley?
Know what? I agree with you.
Have you seen Begonia?
She was great too. Well, she's always great.
She really is always great.
Did you see, and I know you have, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You?
Didn't see it.
Oh, she's really good.
I'll bet she's good. She's terrific too.
She could do anything.
Yeah, and I didn't see that yet.
She's playing American.
But Best Picture, what do you think?
One Battle After
One Battle.
Another.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think it is
twice.
It is the Best Picture.
I got to tell you, have you seen it twice?
No, Jackson's seen it 4 times.
He's smart.
Yeah.
If you see it again, you will love it even more. Because the first time you see it, it's like this crazy roller coaster. What the hell?
Yeah.
Right.
You know you saw something great, but when you see it again, you can't believe the genius because you know you start to really marvel at the construction of the movie.
Yeah, and the shot making of the action sequences.
It's incredible.
Oh, it's really
astounding.
incredible.
This
and astounding. And the guy loosened the nuts on the head of the camera.
Pretty great.
On take 2, said this isn't rattly enough.
Yeah,
and he went like old school. He got a screwdriver.
Yeah,
I mean it's spectacular.
But it's
best
great.
supporting actor.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
Best supporting. It's hard to say. They're both so great in different ways.
I would give it to Sean Penn.
I think Sean Penn is remarkable in it.
I got a couple of Modellas though going on the other guy.
You're going with Benicio? I think he's great in it.
He is.
But Sean is such
Penn
a brave performance.
I mean, that's like from Dr. Strangelove.
It really.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Really. And I don't think Leo's ever been better.
Wait a minute. What about the Bell?
Oh, yeah.
Leo,
You're sleeping on the Bell.
Yeah.
Maybe Wolf of Wall Street, but
yeah,
he's so remarkable in this film, Leo. It's like a giant performance.
I've never liked him more. Yeah. But I never liked Timothy Chalamet more than in that movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either.
But I'm going to like
Marty
it.
Supreme?
Yeah. The cast is great. I don't think the movie is as good as One Battle After Another.
I like Sinners, too, a lot.
I loved Sinners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very inventive movie.
Yeah.
Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, I
love watching him.
I was so glad he got nominated.
Yeah.
I thought he was great.
Was he on our show?
Huh?
Was he ever on our show?
This show?
No, we haven't. But Taylor, by the way,
it's only been
back to Taylor, if you're still watching, the invitation still stands.
Yeah. And maybe Delroy will come with you.
Yeah. Delroy.
By the way, the documentary series that just came out about her last tour is really interesting.
Heroes Tour.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to talk about the travel show a little more, but does Richard, by the way, your brother, operate the camera, or does he just tell people what to do?
He doesn't do anything. He's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
No, he's the producer. He if the show is any good at all, I give him full credit.
Yeah, I like Richard. I saw Richard recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. He's going to be out here in a week or so. Yeah.
Very good guy. So is his wife.
Yes, Karen.
Karen, yeah.
Well, doesn't Richard get a little something?
Yeah, why not?
That was too much.
What I want to ask you, Phil, before we talk even more about the show is, so Phil has this thing where he has a screening room in his house that's like sort of world class.
Do it right.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it.
Yeah. Almost every week.
That I'm here. Yeah.
That you're here.
Yeah.
He screens a movie.
Oh.
And sometimes an old film. I think this week is an older film.
Being there.
Love being there.
Oh.
I'd like to do it again.
Oh, yeah.
That's an actor who you remind me
I
of.
love Peter Sellers.
By the way,
You remind me of Peter Sellers.
wouldn't it work on stage?
I think it very well could.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So
Maybe it's a musical.
You
it
heard
could
it here
be
first.
a musical. That's a really good idea. I think it's a musical.
You heard it here first.
All right. Don't steal that idea. We're going to. Okay. So,
You can be funny. I've seen you be funny.
I can tell a joke.
Remember, we did a little short where you
Yes.
played the doctor, Trump's doctor. We did this in 2016,
Yes.
thinking it would be so funny and
Yeah.
help the cause, and it didn't work.
It didn't work. It was a Comedy Central thing we did where I was the character from Independence Day
As Trump's.
as Trump.
Remember, Trump had this doctor who verified
Right.
that he
How
was
healthy he was.
in
Yeah.
perfect
Yeah.
condition. Yeah.
Exactly.
Did he go with
Like,
that
he had
character hair? you
crazy
had?
white hair.
It was the same wig. That was a $10,000 wig. We usually like a $3 wig.
Right,
But
right.
it was
But we looked at this and we said, he reminds me of
Yeah.
Brent's character in
In
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
And so we got Brent to do the doctor. It was
Did you ever
really
see Brent's
good.
previous series called Fresh Hell? Where he's in
My
trouble?
web series.
It's a web series.
Oh, no, I haven't seen
it's
it.
just
Yeah.
hysterical. He's an
I gotta
acting
watch it.
teacher who has been something bad happened in his past.
Okay.
Yeah, we call it the incident.
The incident.
But we never say what
so
it
he's
was.
teaching porn stars
But
how to act.
It was
Oh my
way
God.
ahead of its time because basically
Right.
I was Me Too'd out of
Yes.
business 10 years before Me Too
Yeah.
happened. But we didn't know exactly what it was I had supposedly done.
the incident.
The incident.
Oh.
That was fun.
people still see this?
Yeah, it's still on YouTube.
Great.
I really.
YouTube is the future, man.
This is
it
on YouTube.
This is on
Correct?
YouTube right now.
Come
That's
on.
right.
Yeah. So, not to belabor this, Phil, but when you let me belabor it. So you do the series. You traveled all over the world.
Yeah,
How long do you stay in each town?
a week.
You stay a week.
Yeah.
So do you shoot every day, or do
Yeah.
you have? You don't have days where you go, okay, today we're just going to have fun. We're not going to.
No. Sometimes I get a little time while they're doing B-roll. And so that's like a vacation day for
So
me
do you
in a
travel
new
with
place.
your family?
Sometimes I bring them.
Yeah.
I would bring them every show. I love traveling
Yeah.
with them. We have such a good time, but they have this annoying thing called their own lives.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can't. They're not always available.
But
whenever I can.
But you and
I
your
do.
brother.
Well, my brother. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
His
the
brother-
producer.
And you stay
Produces the
nice?
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd see. This sounds
I mean,
like the
it's,
best job
we have
ever.
Oh, it's the best job ever.
Yeah.
I remember in your second season on PBS,
Yeah.
when you were saying, I could do this the rest of my life.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
in fact, you are.
It's true.
You know,
and
which
I
is
will.
great.
I mean, I never know if we're going to get picked up again, but we're Netflix's longest running show.
So how did you get 8 season networks? Netflix used to say, no matter how good the show is, 3 seasons is all we need.
Yeah, I made
or
them an
one.
offer they couldn't refuse.
Good.
Not beneficial to me, other than doing my dream
Yeah.
job. But at any moment,
Oh.
they could say that's enough with this guy already.
Yeah, but they won't.
when the show first started, it was basically you were going to different restaurants and tasting the food, and that was the beginning, and it's evolved from there. Now, I mean, you have experiences as well as food. I mean, it's still a food-based show. But
It is, but I'm only using food and my stupid sense of humor to get you what I think is the real message, which is I think the world would be better if we all could experience a little bit of other people's experiences.
Right.
And over food is a way to do it.
Food is the great
One
connector.
great way to do.
That's right.
And then laughs are the cement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm using what I know about making sitcoms, but it's in the service of everything else I love doing in life.
Oh.
Food, family, friends, travel, laughs.
Yeah.
That's how I think I'd like to live the rest of my life. So I will find a way, whether Netflix is with me or not,
You'll
I
make
will
this.
find a
Yeah.
way to keep doing this, because now that I get feedback from people that it means something to them
Yep.
to see, especially today,
I
this
was
kind of
the phrase I
Yeah.
was just about to use. Could it be more prescient and more important?
human connection
Yeah.
Yeah.
is the only thing that will save us.
Well, yeah. That Bad Bunny was talking about that a little bit the other day.
I
Wasn't
can't
he?
tell you how great that was. How absolutely, I mean, I don't have to tell you how great it was. You
Yeah,
saw how great
exactly.
it was. Only an idiot would have a problem with that.
It couldn't have been more
Presentation.
successful at every level.
I mean, I wept tears of joy watching it. And of course, because of the context that it's set in, which is the world today,
Yes.
it meant even more. And it was so beautifully done. And he was so great. And I don't really know his music, I admit it.
Yep.
And do I speak Spanish? No. Did it mean anything to me that I didn't? No. because you got everything you were supposed to get.
Exactly. From the moment they had to walk the people.
I mean, just for
the trees
interest's
are coming
sake,
out as people.
How great is that?
That was great.
You know about the trees? Do you know why people
The
were
trucks
the
would
trees?
leave. The trucks would leave at marks.
They only get 25 trucks worth of sets to bring
Right.
out. They've timed it down to the second. You have 7 minutes to build that world at every halftime show. So any more than 25 trucks, and we can't do it.
Right.
So how did they get it? All the set that they needed, they had the plants as costumes for people who could just walk out without trucks.
Wow.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
And the way it was shot was like, it was phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all the cameos and the Lady Gaga
Yeah.
and Ricky Martin, it was all great. I've watched it now like 4 times because I love it so much.
Better than the game.
Absolutely
Yeah.
better than the game.
100%.
Well, that's sports.
Yeah.
You also, Phil, you do live appearances.
I do.
We kind of understand that.
Yes.
Because we relate to it just because of the conventions we do. We do
Yes.
panels at the conventions.
Like
where
this?
Do we?
We do Q&A with the audience.
Isn't it
And-
fun? The most
Love
fun.
it.
The
I
most.
love. Honestly, I love that as much as doing
Oh, yeah.
the travel show because why? You're connecting with the people.
Exactly.
And half my show is Q&A, and it couldn't be more fun. I get everyone from toddlers to dead people.
The only thing about it that I think is dangerous is that so often you walk off the stage after the experience thinking you may be one of the greatest comedians that ever lived.
Oh, because of the captive
And no
audience?
matter what you say, they love you. You know, I mean, they come in with so much love.
They come in loaded for love. Yes. And that's very nice. It never
gets old.
It never gets old, but I don't let it go to my head that much either because I understand, yes, they like the show,
Right.
but the business will keep you grounded.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
and when you go home, by the way, that keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
They don't come with the oh my God, he's here. I never get that in my house.
No. Nor should you.
You got a book? You
With
and
my
Lily?
daughter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Second book that we wrote, she said to me few years ago, you're good with the kids on the show and the kids like you, so why don't you do a kids book? And I right away said, yeah, if you do it with me.
Perfect.
As a way to do something with Lily. So we did, and it became successful. It's called Just Try It, the first one. It's about a dad who eats everything and his little girl who won't try anything. So it's called Just Try It. And people have told me it's helped them with their kids, getting them to try new foods. But listen, it's not just for kids.
Yeah.
How many grown-ups don't try new
Please.
food or new place or new ideas?
That's right.
And so that did well. And now we have signed a deal with Simon & Schuster to do a few books. And this is now the second one. And so it's Just Try It Someplace New.
Great.
Getting the kid to take a tiny step out of their comfort zone and, spend the weekend with her dad at grandma's house. So that's a sweet story.
You have this new deal I've seen it on Instagram. Where I don't know where else it might be, but where you ask people to write in, say, I'll go wherever you tell me to go.
Yes.
Eat a meal.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that here in LA or is that?
It could be anywhere. And if I'm in that town, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. That
And we
sounds,
just,
it's
just
a
film it on the
no-brainer.
phone and so it keeps the franchise alive in between seasons.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah. Is that good enough for you?
We have
people?
You are
squeezed
astounding. What about the waffle?
You gotta
We drop your
have
name?
it. You gotta have it.
We drop your name?
You
And
no,
get the
you have
waffle?
to come with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's only fun for me if you come with me.
God, you're a fucking delight.
Oh,
what a
thanks.
treat.
I don't know how you do this at the restaurant, but it seems to be a new trend in breakfast in diners and restaurants that I go to for breakfast. It happened to me this morning, actually. I won't say where I was, but it was very disappointing. And that is when you order eggs, comes with toast, comes with potatoes, whatever.
Yeah.
The toast comes and it's one piece of toast.
Yes.
Used to be 2 pieces of toast.
Yes. You know what we found? We used to as soon as we opened, we had 2 pieces of toast. Guess what? Nobody eats 2 pieces.
That's what they said because I complained. And they said, it's not about money, it's about waste. We don't want to waste.
It's exactly right.
Yeah. But you know what? Have I paid for it? The one that I
Well,
wasted?
we're not charging people for toast they don't eat.
But it becomes part of the package.
It used to be, but people aren't. They're simply not eating two pieces of toast.
I do. I like one piece with butter and one piece with butter and jelly.
Yeah. I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
You sound like a pain in the ass.
Oh, dude.
well,
have you eaten a lot with him?
Hey, you'll see. I'm coming again to the
And
diner.
there's a bunch of stuff he doesn't eat.
Yeah,
You're telling me. I travel with him.
Well,
40
Phil,
years we
by the
traveled
way,
together.
if you watch the show, Phil will eat
Anything.
anything.
I know.
Phil will eat
Bugs.
wood if it's cooked, if it's seasoned
If it's
well.
cooked
What kind of sauce?
Exactly.
But you, if you come to the diner and you want two pieces of toast,
yeah.
I'm going to throw in the second piece
For free.
for you.
Yeah.
No charge.
All right. Because nowadays I go in, I order, and then I say, and I'd like an extra order of toast, which
Yes.
means one more piece. Basically.
That's kind of it.
Yeah. All right. Understand.
Yeah.
Phil.
Are you okay now? You get the off your chest?
you know,
Put your peccadillo back,
I'm
please.
putting my
Put that thing
peccadillo
away.
back into my
Thank you, Phil.
pocketdillo.
Thanks for sorting that out.
Phil, you're the best, buddy.
You're
Thank
the
you
best.
so much for being
I
here.
wish you guys could come eat right now.
I do too. I do
But
too.
you have the family.
I guess, yeah, it's the thing.
Overrated.
If you like the show, subscribe.
And ring the bell.
Every time you ring the bell,
A server somewhere lights up.
we notice.
And then we get to do this again.
Yeah. See you next time.
See you next time.